viewers or live stream YouTube. I'd probably do the same thing. Yeah, I love live fishing, I got to say. So, yesterday saw a persistent downtrend that barely bounced a few times. The three criteria still work like a charm. It just didn't pay very much. Now, I will say, I was a little alarmed yesterday. All right, here we go. I was a little alarmed that we can have such good success for weeks and weeks and weeks, and one single red day has people canceling simply because it was a persistent downtrend. Like, if that's the way your trading system is going to go, where one day is going to cause that much destruction, then we have a lot else to work on than understanding the three C's. I mean, that happens. That happens. But I told you all over and over again that I'm going to continue to buy the dip until I'm wrong. Now, was I wrong yesterday? Technically, no, because there were plenty of 3C setups, and I made a very, very small amount of money. However, I did miss, a 70-point drawdown on the S&P. I understand the aggravation. People wanted to short. I didn't. I get it. Whatever. The time is coming to put on some massive shorts. This is, like I said earlier, small potatoes. I think Pastor said, I sat there all day waiting for a bounce that didn't come and I missed the short. That's fine. There is plenty of shorts coming. There's a massive short coming when the market finally rolls. That's the point, math, right there, is that the rules that I put into place, even if you're looking for a bounce, if you followed the true three criteria, you would not have gotten blown out. You might have taken a very, very small profit. It would have been aggravating because the market kept dropping, but you wouldn't have got blown out if you really waited for the three criteria. Even if you took a loss, it wouldn't have been that bad. So that's the thing for me. Understanding the three criteria. High volume inflow with a bottom wick will lead to a bounce. I don't know how far, how long, but it will lead to a bounce. The point is, if one single day like that is going to cause that much destruction, then we have a risk mitigation problem. We have a position management problem. And yes, I guess it's a little bit of an ego hit to me because I'm running the server, and when I see people get wrecked, I take it upon myself to carry the blame. So just remember, there should not be a single day that wrecks you. Even if you take a couple of losses, you shouldn't get wrecked. You should just take a couple losses, which is normal. So there you go. That's my spiel. Hop off the soapbox. What do we have today? It does appear that we're beginning to enter some sort of distribution phase. We have one big drawdown in July. August here, the main level is going to be this hourly POC 6400 right here. So in the event that the S&P breaks this, because I still don't have a volume spike, I still don't have a selling climax, very weak volume. The options chain is controlling the movement here because we have very, very low volume, which confuses the analysis a little bit, because at what point are we just going to dump to 6,200 on a massive put buying? We don't have high volume spikes, so we don't have a true selling climax. However, and yesterday they did bottom wick the crap out of the 6,400 to the tune of 30 points, and they bottom wicked again today to the tune of 30 points. So they're still buying the dip. They're still wicking the candles. But what happens when the wicks fail? And that's what I want to get on. When the wicks fail, that's when I want to short down to 6,200, maybe even lower. And that's the theme. So I don't mind sitting there waiting through one downtrend day to catch the overall big downtrend that's coming. That's my spiel. What's up, Seth? Dova? Massive? Good morning. We don't have all that much data this morning. This afternoon, we have a massive amount of data. We have Jackson Hole. We have bonds news. We have oil later on. We have Fed, Bostic, I believe. A little bit of red candle down to 64.20. ES, NASDAQ just dumped to 63 or 23.95. Liquidity down to 6,400 again. NASDAQ coming all the way off to 23,670. So ES 63.77 is a big level, correct? Well, right now, the main level to deal with is a 6,400 block. That's the POC right now. That's why we bounce right off of it. We have 63.90 is all the support from August 12th. So 3, 4, 5 major bounces at the 63.90. So we have a lot to go until we get to 77. But if you're looking at 77, Yeah, that's the support resistance for this whole shebang. For the whole shebang. Yeah, Powell came out all disheveled. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right, I need to move this thing over a little bit. There you go, so you can see the prices. The main takeaway from yesterday is that focus on high volume. When you see a high volume inflow, that's when you need to act. If you have no volume, then you can anticipate either no change or continuation. Wait for high volume then to make your decisions. That's the whole basis of 3 criteria. The first one is the most important by far. If you don't have volume, the last 2 are negligible and or hard to comprehend. So the volume is your best friend if you're a VPA trader. So they're continuing defending 6400 SPX. If you look at SPX, right here, we are at 6400. You see that they are basing at this area because this is the major level on the S&P is 6400. If they take that out, that's when we're going to start going to deep negative gamma territory, which will probably lead us into a strong sell-off type area from the perspective of the option chain. Negative gamma usually leads into a sell into selling event. The more selling induces more selling. Know what I mean, bruh? Yesterday we opened with a very, very red move that never stopped. Today so far, it's a little bit more constrained, but still red. Know what I mean? They're going to do what they did the Bulls yesterday, the Bears today? I don't know. It's possible. I'm not really sure what they intend to do, but it's possible. It is possible. So far, they're bottom wicking it just fine. Gold put on a heck of a bounce. Silver put on a massive bounce, but unfortunately, they already took out our level before doing so. Nice little top wick on NASDAQ. Into 380 or so. We'll see if they can hold the top wick or so. Not sure. You see on Bookmap they have some liquidity. A little bit lower to 350. Overall, though, there's not a lot. I think Ace is going to want 6,400. Yeah. Let's go take a look on Bookmap. Bookmap has a whole bunch down to 6,400. Remember, the shakeout is the first 15 minutes. Just chillax, bro. Just relax. Let the first 15 minutes do their thing. I promise you there'll be plenty of opportunities. And we'll do our thing. I'm only swinging at watermelons today. What are you, Gallagher? Top wick. Trump's been whipping him like a rented mule. You want to hear a fun fact about mules? The town I live in supplies all of the mules for the Grand Canyon tours. So if you've ever seen or ridden on a mule in the Grand Canyon, it's come from my town. We have a very specific hardy type of mule, apparently. 4-hour bull zone just below right here at 300. I think we'll touch there and go and head up. Possibly. They ship all the way from Alaska. They do. It's a long trip from Alaska. That's right, Twizzy. That's right. All righty. Well, so far we dojied down on this candle. So far. We have got 64.22. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. Once again, just like yesterday, all of tech is deeply red. The rest of the market is nicely green. Everything's up at least 0.5%, with the exception of a few names. Tech is heavily red. ES is down 0.17, NASDAQ is down 0.41. So yet another discrepancy. Platinum is up 2%. All of the precious metals are up. The VIX is up to 15.5, up again. So, like I said, things are starting to kind of shift in the direction of a possible short opportunity. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. I need to show that the market is ready to take out SPX 6400 for me to really get on this train. All right, let's start piling into short positions and having some fun. There's plenty of opportunity. We just went on April, May, June, July, a 5-month bull rally that never really pulled back other than a couple of days. I promise you, when it's time to short, there's plenty of opportunity. Plenty of opportunity. So I'm not worried about one little piddly dink day. Let's get it, homie. Let's get it. That's an interesting factoid. It is. Today is Bookmap Day, 9:30. We'll be switching over. Another top wick. Another top wick. Are we coming down or not? Hold me now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Apple's getting wrecked. Yeah, buddy. Lizard. 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 Still coming off. NASDAQ is attempting to go low. ES is attempting to go low. 64.19, top wick after a doji. Waiting for an actual candle close. So it is so important, dude. It is so important. The only time you want to front run is if you're at a strong location. Still going down, baby. Still going down. Do you only trade ES and NASDAQ, or do you dip into individual equity options trades? I do dip in individual equities and SPX options and whatnot on my personal account. Obviously, on the props, you can only trade futures, at which point I'll trade anything as long as I have a setup. Platinum, oil, silver, gold, doesn't matter. As long as I have a setup, I'll take it. Top wick, still going over. Rolling. Wait for 945, 100%. I used to get sucked into so many wicks that I hadn't closed things was about to go. Remember, I mean, that's a good point, Math. Your job as a trader is not to catch every wick. It's not to analyze every wick. I promise you, it's impossible to analyze consistently every wick. The 3 C's are not meant for you to analyze every wick, every candle. It's meant to get you to sit there and do absolutely nothing until the price action comes down to a level that you like and gives you a signal of volume, wick, and close. Then you take the trade. But sitting there thinking, is this candle bullish or bearish? I'm going to take it. That's not trading. That's gambling. You are gambling on the outcome of that one individual candle. That's not trading. And if you're trading 50 times a day, that's exactly what you're doing. That's why you're struggling. That's why I take 1 trade a day and make more than you make in 50 trades. Because I'm waiting. Not you personally, Math. I'm talking generally. Everyone. Not just you. You've been doing fantastic. Any opinions on gold? I like gold. I wish I had more of it. 64.15 and dropping. Just took out that prior low. Coming back over. Gold has ripped from 33.54 and now come up to 33.90. Another test of this area. They took out and tested the imbalance of that massive move on August 1st. So really coming on down into the major imbalance from August. They didn't quite get down to August lows. They still needed a little bit low, but they came on down and got that imbalance almost and then ripped back up to the upside. Still in this nice little downward channel. They haven't broken the channel. But yeah, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. This precious metals being up like this is a bit of a warning sign. So yeah, we'll see. Nice large red candle on the 15 into the support again. You're welcome, King of Waffles. Cut to the heart, you're too late. Big old bottom wick, baby. Don't drop that. We have volume. We have bottom wick on the 1 minute. We have a candle. On the 5 minute, we don't have the volume yet, but we obviously have the bottom wick. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Let's go, baby. Economic calendar. It is 7:43, 8:40. Oh, crap. Stupid computer. I've got this weird thing going on with Tradeovate that it doesn't recognize my time zone. I guess they don't like Alaska. So I have to put in some weird time zone, so my time is way off from my actual time, so I have to reference my watch. It's terrible. I hate it. It's like yet another weird thing about Tradeovate that's absolutely terrible. It's like they got a board of directors together and said, all right, day one, how can we make the worst brokerage account that's ever been made? Oh, I've got an idea. Let's make your time completely wrong. Bob, fantastic. You're promoted. You must be in politics with that terrible idea. Anyway, sorry. Soapbox. 23,341 coming off. Looking for another support of the overnight low on NASDAQ. Great Britain had their core CPI today. It popped hot. For those over across the pond in our motherland, I guess. Crude oil in 45 minutes. Big red candle. Bob got a promotion. Yeah. Bob got a promotion. Nice red move down here on NASDAQ. It is now 20 seconds until my trading zone. Highway to the trading zone. NASDAQ has taken out the overnight low and the low from August 7th. Next on deck is going to be 226. So far, no bounce. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to be as strong looking for a bounce today given this price action. If I get the three criteria, of course I'll play it, but I'm not going to be slapping the table as aggressively because this is starting to form some of that relentless selling style price action. Man, it's still getting creamed. Gold's ripping, yes. The precious metals are rocketing. The equities are getting dumped. Apple's getting torn up. Nvidia's getting wrecked. I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy. NASDAQ is already down 130 points since the opening bell. Same exact open as yesterday. Same exact open as yesterday. We have liquidity down to 64.10. Dropping back over. 64.10. 23,308. We have ES liquidity lower. That's getting me in the face. Get out of here. Get out of here. Dropping big red candles. Coming off. $64.10. ES is coming down to overnight lows. Beautiful stuff. ES just insta-wicked 4 points. Can you flash bookmap? I can do that, sure. Absolutely, Frumple. Like the shotgun you posted yesterday, by the way. I'm very curious to see what Palmetto State's going to release today with the M14. There's your bookmap. 64.09 and then down. Looking like it wants the 64.09 and then 6400. Still coming off. Major sell. Major sell. My watch list is a little bit wide there. Massive moves continuing. No high volume, no bottomic, of course. So this is straight qualified selling here. Not until we have a volume with bottom wick do you even consider a long position. A lot of the stocks that sold off didn't have much buying, if any, into close. The most gap down and went lower. There you go. Little Linda Raschke there. $64.10 right there. One minute, we don't have any high volume spike at the lows. 5 minute, we have no high volume spike or wick. ES is now 1 point away from overnight lows. And they're stacking liquid lower. They're stacking liquid lower. I think they're gonna, I don't know, man. I would like to see a little bit of a liquidity flush to get us bouncing, or if anything like that, but I'm gonna massive adherence to the three criteria. Massive adherence to the three criteria. 6411.25. NASDAQ is holding steady. ES is holding steady. Watch the big absorption bubble and then go if they're going to do that. $64.10.5 right here into that 6400. Basing. Let's take a look at the put activity. What are we doing? Massive put buying, call selling into this area. We have 578 million in puts. We have 17 million in calls. So obviously very stacked to the put side of things. Very stacked to the put side of things. Getting ready to BTFD. We'll see. We'll see. 6409 coming into this area. Will they do it? This is a very important area. They're probably going to sweep liquidity, do their thing, make everyone pay the price, and then go. $64.09. Very similar open to yesterday. They're just dumping it. Absolutely dumping it. Doing their thing. Doing their thing. Massive put buying, call selling straight down. We're now down 30 points in selling into this area. Crazy amount of selling. Crazy amount of selling. What time is it? They're probably going to do it until the top of the hour. They're probably going to do it to the top of the hour. Right here. Beautiful stuff. $64. Still, so far, no three criteria. Still straight selling. Closed all my shorts. Beautiful stuff. No three criteria. Straight put buying. They are rocketing into puts here. Straight liquidation selling. No longs at all until you get any kind of three criteria or you short. Right now, this is complete liquidating selling. Right here. 2 days in a row. Complete liquidation. Still going. Complete liquidation. All the way down. All right. Got to get my brokerages up and ready, and we're good to go. Powell must have leaked no rate cut. I don't know. Straight down. No buying until, do not anticipate a bounce until you get a three criteria. Otherwise, short it because it's just selling. It's just selling. Not until you get three criteria. Don't step in front of a freight train. $6,400. NASDAQ is down. Bottom wick. It is now 750, 852. There we go. Finally. Freaking takes forever. Don't try to catch a falling knife. That's right. Not till you have volume. Not till you have volume. Straight down, baby. Straight down. NASDAQ is still filling lower, no bottom wick, 23.22. ES is 63.98, still falling on down. Still straight on red candles, baby, all the way freaking down. Holy crap-a-roni. Holy crap-a-roni. VIX is not up. Let's see. Haven't even looked at the VIX. There's a lot going on here. VIX is up 6% and rocketing. Yeah, you might be on a delayed VIX. It's rocketing. And they are absolutely liquidating this ahead of Jackson Hole. 63.96 and falling. We're down 40 points. NASDAQ is getting wrecked. 23.184. No buying whatsoever. No buying whatsoever. Crazy stuff. Wow. Crazy stuff. Still filling lower. Straight down, no bottom wick. 23.181 and falling. 23.182 and falling. What are they going to do? 179. Wow. Wow. Still going. $23,170 and falling. They're down 1.3%. We're already down 400 points since the open. Straight selling. No buying. Do not buy. Do not buy. 170 still going. And falling. VIX is straight up. All right, there we go. ES is down. They just dropped 50 points at the open. Absolute liquidation. Absolute liquidation. Beautiful stuff. Staying short if it pops. Even if it pops, I can't expect this to buy back up. No wick, baby. No wick. Crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. It's crazy, man. What's the three criteria? Volume, wick, and then a close over the prior high. Trade of 8 might be recognize your IP address for a timeline. Would be using a V. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I have to look. Hard to get a short entry on a day like today. It is pretty nuts seeing that kind of shorting right out of the gate with no bounce, but that's okay. Look, still top wicking. We have 1.3 billion in puts, 80 million in calls, all puts, and they just smoke that candle all the way down. Going down, baby. Dumping it again. Absolute monster. Absolute monster. And still going. They're liquidating the whole thing, baby. All the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Prior seems kind of distant right now. Yeah, it is very distant. All the way down. Seems bear trappish. I can't bring myself to get into a short. That's okay. That's okay. You know, start out small position sizing. That way, if you happen to catch the bottom on a move like this, that's okay. But things are moving so quickly, you'll know almost instantly if you're right or wrong. Almost instantly if you're right or wrong. Massive move. Massive, massive move. Crazy stuff, dude. Even if FOMC minutes are bad news today, I think we would get a bounce during power hour. Oh yeah, 100%. They're going to bounce. They're going to ram it down your throat. But that's okay. That's okay. Was I in on this drop? Absolutely. Absolutely. Giggity. That's right. Not the whole way, but absolutely. 63.90.5. We're coming on down into August 11th. This is the support from August 11th right here. 1.1 billion in puts still there. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. 1 minute, high volume, 5 minute. Let's go to ES, Doji, Wix. If I buy a put, I bet it'll stop. Just let me know when you want it to stop. Whew. You have to be willing to give back a little money to make a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the risk. You know, it's difficult when they come out of the gate like that and rip it. It's not easy at all. In fact, there is no signal except there's no buy signal, so the only left option is to do nothing or short. That's it. There's no technical analysis to tell you to wait 15 minutes and then it still sells for half an hour. So it's crazy. What's up, Mark? Good morning, buddy. Absolute monster move. Absolute monster move. 23,165 top wicking. 1.3 billion in puts. Crazy stuff. What are they going to do? Liquidity is all lower so far. All lower. My payout was approved yesterday. The funds were dispersed overnight. Nice, Damien. Well done, buddy. I love it. I love it. Keep up the great, great work. So far, Nasdaq is dojing out. ES is dojing out at the lows here. What are they going to do here? 23,176. All over the place, baby. All over the place. Dojied out. 23,190. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Daily go bet, all my PAs are locked. Heck yeah, Damien. Well done, buddy. Well done. Still going, 194. The bigger the move, the bigger the bounce. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. But you can't front run that position. They can't front run that position. If Nasdaq top wicks here, it could be our short entry. Lots of liquidity lower at 225. 100%. Yep. Just be patient. Just be patient. Higher high next? Yeah. Yep. 23.2. Beautiful stuff, dude. Beautiful stuff. All right. This candle's got to close. Just be careful. Lot going on, dude. Lot going on. ES is 63.95, bouncing off 63.83. Coming up. Hello. Check. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Crap. They lost me. Oh, you got me back? Sweet. Yeah, I thought I lost the internet. I did lose the internet there for a second. In fact, all my brokerages locked, so now I got to restart them again. I love restarting two brokerages every 5 minutes. It's great. 63.95. Nasdaq is up. Right at the lows. Very weak bounce so far. So they did have all the supportive volume into 63.87 right here. In 30 minutes, or yeah, about 30 minutes, I have to switch over to Bookmap, so be ready. Now and then. Looks like it wants to go lower. If they smoke this candle, absolutely. Absolutely. Polar bear's chewing on the wires again. Yeah. 63.90. Do we use the 5-minute chart for the 3? I'll execute on the 5. Look, they're going to do it again. They're going to smoke this again. 63.85. I love it. Crazy stuff. Weren't we at just 24,000 last week? Yeah, a couple days ago. Yeah, I mean, Nasdaq is down. Nasdaq has been on like 6 days down in a row. So it went from 24,000 on August 14th to now 23,140, so 900 points here in about 6 days. Nasdaq has grossly underperformed the S&P, which is a huge warning signal. Still going down. New low of the day for Nasdaq. Down, down, down. Now ES is going for 63.75 liquidity. 63.75 liquidity. No buying until you have massive volume with wicks that hold. Right there. I still feel like they're going to buy this all the way up this week. Absolutely rocking it. Don't go buying the dip until you have a massive sign. This is obviously a very strong. This is even stronger than yesterday. Absolutely dropping it. Even if you were long on that 3 criteria right there, you should have stopped out. You could have got yourself, if you did elect the long, almost 50 points on NASDAQ on that bounce on the 3 criteria. But you should be stopped out by now. And then continue. If you're short, then, yeah, I mean, this thing's rolling. Out of the gate. S5 already. Blew through all major options chains here. Just coming down. Whoa. All the way down, baby. All the way down. I'm out due to profit limit. I just caught 24 points on a mini. Well, I'm in a trade, but I'm most likely not going to, if this bounces, I'm screwed because I've got a stop on, and I can't change it because I can't get my brokerages back open. Got it down, Roy Brewski. Still going down, 23,105 and down. Still going down. Emotions running. Whose emotions are running? Your emotions are running? You got to calm down, dude. It's just a downtrend. Let's go, baby. All the way down. Yeah, there's no one's emotions running. It's a downtrend. All the way down, baby. All the way down. Great day of being a bear. Heck yeah, man. All the way down. 23,110. Don't be the lizard. Don't be the lizard. Take your one trade, get your money, and get out. Can't get my brokerage back online. Yep. I can't get IBKR or Quantower back online. So, yeah. I'm going to close out and restart. Data feeds won't connect. Neither mine. That's what happens, man. Things go crazy. Things 23,119. They're down 300 points. YouTube stream is down visually. Yeah. Nothing I can do about that without shutting everything down and restart. 23,119. Liquidity down to 63.70. There's 690 orders at 63.70. And there's 23,000 or 22,975 for NASDAQ. That's where all the liquidity is. That's where all the liquidity is. Palantir bulls are in shambles. Palantir bulls are yanking the internet cables wherever they can. Yep. Still going down. Red moves, baby. Look, do not try to buy the dip until you have high volume. Period. This is a bear move. This is not a weak supportive move like it was last week. This is a strong downtrend. So don't try to buy the dip unless you have high volume. Period. Nearly every time we have a high volume, we bounce. Nearly every time. We did it right there. It was just a very small bounce. So do not try to buy unless you have high volume. This is a strong move. We have liquidity pulling us lower. We have massive put buying. We're now in negative gamma territory. And we're below the 6,400 put leg. So this is where selling induces more selling. Down. Top wick. Interesting. So I finally got Top Step to reconnect and my position's closed. That's... Oh, God. That doesn't even make any freaking sense. That doesn't even make any freaking sense. Hey, IBKR is up. I made my money for the day going back to studying. Heck yeah. Haven't they done that in the past as well? Yeah, it just sucks, man, because they cut me in half. They cut me in half here. $23,097. I think that might be that might be it for now. Well, we have liquidity down to 22,975. 400 orders down there. There's nothing else on the book at all. Nothing else. ES has 63.70, which is 10 points down. And dropping. Vol, Tick, and Adder all wrecked right now. Everything dumped. The whole market dumped right there. Tech is insanely down. Nvidia is down 3.5. Amazon's down 2.5. Meta, Google, Tesla, all down 2+. Absolute wreckage for tech. And there's still a massive discrepancy here between ES and NASDAQ. NASDAQ is almost down twice as much as the S&P. Almost twice as much. That's a massive divergence. I just did it again. I let my motion get to me and close everything else instead of leading on a runner. My TPT account is locked into a trade. I can't control anything, even exit out of a trade. Why? What's up? Which account? Go to your exit all button. Still top wicking. Now they're rolling down to 63.35. I hit my profit goal on another TPT. Nice pens. Well done, buddy. Still top wicking. Wild time to have your internet crash on you. I mean, nothing works. I can't get anything to work right now. Nothing. I got Top Step back up, but they've already closed out my trade for some stupid reason, even though I did not have any stops or profit targets anywhere near this. But I got nothing else. IBKR won't come up. Quan Tower won't come up. I got nothing. So I'm going to sit here and pull on my PUD and watch price action drop. Where does the trade log show they close a position at? Let's look. $96. $96. Is NASDAQ a top step stupid percentage limit rule? No, not even close. No, no. You're going to cost them too much money on ES. NASDAQ is coming down 23,086. Look at the liquidity on Bookmap. Are we on Bookmap? Yeah, we're on Bookmap. Which, by the way, 14 minutes. 6360, 6335, they're stacking liquidity. 6300, they're stacking liquidity lower. Do not buy the dip until you have a massive 3 criteria. And even then, you have to be cautious of it. I'm warning you all. Trust me, I've been very buy the dip now for a long time. Do not buy the dip unless you have a very strong 3 criteria indication. They are liquidated. Every single candle is lower than the last. The chances of you catching the bottom are slim to none. Only shorts until 3 criteria, period. If you're not comfortable shorting, then don't. Just do nothing until you have 3 criteria. I mean, they're just plunging this thing lower. 23,066. ES, 6370 and dropping. RTY, platinum, all the precious metals are up. XLF is, the rest of the X's are holding on quite well except for the tech-related items. They're all up and going up, actually. Tech is the only thing getting plunged here, which is why NASDAQ is down double what ES is. If anyone else has any other rhythmic products work, let me know. Because nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. Is momentum slowing down, or is it resting for another leg? Right now, it's not slowing down. I mean, it's slower compared to what it was at the open. I mean, the open it dumped. We have a little volume coming on the 1 minute, but it's still failing. It's still weak volume compared to the big stuff on the 1 minute. The 5 minute, still nothing. It's still top wicking. I'm trying to get a tickle with the TPT. First, screenshot everything. Screenshot everything you can. And then contact their customer support immediately on their website. Right now, there's not a lot working. My rhythmic's not working. I can't open IBKR. So yeah, I haven't tried my Tradeovate yet. $23,086. A little bit of bottom wick on ES. My motive ways will load my accounts, but won't connect me to Rhythmic feed and gives me a timeout. Yep. I got nothing. So everything's working great here. That's why I only trade on my phone. There you go. There you go. I guess the good news is I'm forced not to trade right now. Tasty trade, no issues. SPX options working as usual. Nice. I had a Rhythmic with Quantower and both are working. It's weird that only certain people are affected. I don't know. That app is garbage. Yeah, TopStep is working okay, it seems. I haven't tried to take up another trade yet, but it did get me out of a trade way too early. But whatever. I don't know. Maybe I had an erroneous limit on that I didn't know, but I didn't intend to put one there. But it did close me out. $20.63.82. NASDAQ. Putting on a bottom wick. Small wick on the 5.
Yeah.
All the way down, baby. All the way down. My power went out and I lost internet for 5 minutes. Came on just in time for me to move my stop. There you go. All right, so let's zoom out. Let's go to the 15. It's been a very cumbersome morning for me. We have some pivots from August 5th right here. On ES, we have the pivots from August 8th. Both of those are minor pivots. ES is bouncing nicely, 14 points. We have a decent volume, not incredibly high comparative, but some volume inflow with a bottom wick and a movement over 63.79. I did not long this. I'm just going to wait a little bit, especially considering nothing works except Top Step. I guess I'll trade some Top Step today. That's okay. You are long. What'd you get long, Frumple? And what did you see to get long? About short of a support usually indicates it'll blow through that level, correct? Depends. So when I see a support that I'm gunning for and they bounce it before, when it does roll back over and test that, that's when I anticipate a sweep. Usually when I see them bounce way before, that means that they're going to dump that thing, anticipating people are going to try to long it, sweep the level, stop out the longs, and then go a little bit lower before they actually do bounce it. Yeah. $23,140. Crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg. I'm looking for a close of the higher high. I love it. Higher highs, that's a great indication of finally being able to take out some supply. That's the whole premise behind the third criteria, at least. 147 NASDAQ. $152 still going. NASDAQ has got liquidity, or ES got liquidity to 63.87. NASDAQ has a little bit up here, but overall, their big stuff is 975 going. That right there with three criteria would have worked well again. So the three criteria still are pinging signals 2 days in a row now in spite of massive selling. It's just so far drops in the bucket with any kind of wins. So obviously the theme here is to short or do nothing. However, the point is that the three criteria are still pinging the bounce indications. My account says locked, but I'm still in online. It says active. Yeah, just take screenshots, man. If you can video your screen, video it showing that you can't hit the button. That's what they want to see. You do that, and they'll take care of you. Does my taxable income for calculating capital gains tax include a combination of income with my main job plus profit from trading, or just trading profit? It depends on the products you trade. Depends. There's short-term capital gains on your trading, and there's long-term, or there's 1256, which is a combination. Or bring out your phone and video it. Either one. Video off your phone if you can. Old school. NASDAQ 23,147. What are they going to do, homie? This is spicy. Spicy. NASDAQ is slinging 20-point back and forth wicks. It's aggressive. So I would encourage you to kind of stay away from NASDAQ at all. I've traded ES today. But that thing, like that, watching that Kate, see if that goes. Oh man, too far, too fast for a major gain support level. Have gain studies on SPX. Interesting. Okay, I have a question for you, just out of curiosity. How come it took you 15 points to tell us that you were long? That's my question, because that's great, because I didn't see that level. That's a fantastic entry. I'd like to see it. Hold on, I'm reaching out to the tech support now. See if I'm letting them know that there's some issues. There are some massive. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in line right now, so there's gonna be a little bit of a delay if you're trying to do that. Massive red candle, still coming off. Looks like they want to go for 22,975 here. That looks like the overall target. Can they do it? 22, 23, 100. Is 63.50 possible? It is possible. The momentum is there, the liquidity is there, and they're just absolutely wrecking this thing left and right. So it's certainly possible. Certainly possible. Right now, they're filling this thing down and wiping this bounce again. At which point, I think 22,975 is possible for NASDAQ. Remember, NASDAQ is grossly underperforming the S&P again. The massive divergence again. So once the cut of NASDAQ absorbs this one support here, I think it's going to go again. Vol tick ad still drilling. Nice, Holmes. Appreciate that. Now that I know Mojo's on vacation, so you're going to be my tick guy now. He's my tick guy. All right. I have to sign off and roll over to Bookmap. I'll post the links when I am active. Be right back.